Adoration of the Mystic Lamb. I believe in an afterlife, paradise with icons, desires promiscuously mixed. I believe you and I will be together after our deaths, in a place distant and foreknown. Those green uplands painted by Van Eyck for the altar of St. Bavo's Church in Ghent. Cliffs and gorges, caparisoned knights, ladies lifting martyr palms long, delicate as insect feelers. I have worked out all the complications. Whoever dies first will take up residence in a niche shaped like a halved cocoon. Waiting in our supple, golden skin, we won't be bored, listening to angels with clear, contracted eyes, making fierce harmony. The air will be braided with their music, braided like egg challah, but we won't need to eat, only to listen and look out. We'll wait, not without impatience, but in no distress, one hand raised as if in greeting, the other gently cupping our sex, the way we touch the faces of our small, sleeping children to make sure they were still breathing. The moment we sight one another is the moment the floor gives way. Instead of falling, we hover. Below us there's a huge, serendipitous party, a jamboree with everyone we've ever known or loved or wanted to. They're aware of us in the air above, how the intertwining of our legs and arms, our tongues and fingers, makes all waving, calling out, impossible. And so we fly over their heads and that altar like a red steamer trunk on which the mystic lamb is telling a long, sheepish joke. In town, our parents are fixing tea or a pot of borscht. As we drift enmeshed between treetops and ether, they call out to us. We've checked on the kids and they're fine. We are already sailing back to them, and we are setting out never to return. We have vanished and can still be seen by anyone looking out for us with the eyes of love. Degas' women on the terrace of a café at night. I have bad habits such as sucking at my thumbnail. Claudie, who always keeps her gloves on when doing business, gives me the evil eye. It's not attractive, her eye says. It won't exactly reel them in. Claudie with her ridiculous hat, an assiette de crudités slammed on her head. At least I'm not scratching my back or yawning. I am bored. Boredom is good for bad habits. I would like to be home in my chemise, corsets crumpled as candy wrappers. I would like to be home with Claudie without her hat and her hairpin eye, the two of us eating sticky buns, roasting our feet by the fire. We curl up against the café columns, the pavement a thumb's breadth from our skirts. If only one of those men in rain-greasy top hats would stop, signal, buy me a glass of wine, heated with lemon and a little cinnamon. He would see that my bonnet and my striped mauve silk can't keep out the chill of an April night. I'd give him my arm and we'd stroll off under the giggling lamps. By the time I got home, there'd still be an hour or two for sleep. And just when the waiters started crashing dishes, Claudie would stumble out to buy pain au chocolat. I'd feel the bed lurch, pretend it was a train headed for places where the weather's bronze as brandy. I sit with my eyes half closed, sucking at my thumb. I can just see Claudie's hand in its black glove opposite my elbow. We seem to lean away from one another, but our feet in their stiff boots touch. Between us, a tabletop and a glass of absinthe. Pale morning. Katherine Mansfield to Middleton Murry. No mirror gives me back my face. I lie alone in a strange bed, my skin all ears against my emptiness. I have no language left. No one here can pronounce my name. Everyone knows I'm about to die. Trams rush past like dry oceans. A telephone rings and rings in another room. Cover me with something warm. My lungs are drinking my blood in gulps. Soon I'll be nothing but bones, soft, pale as the marzipan pigs they sell for Christmas in this city of locked windows. When the doctor comes, I stare into the eye of his stethoscope. Do you understand what it means to be alone? Sometimes I think of the Christ child in that stable, stranded in radiance, everyone worshipping, and no one picking him up. I'd rather die in a barn than this hotel. I want all the cows around me, letting me drink their soft, wet breath, milk from the teat, milk saying, we are with you, you are surrounded by love, no harm can come to you. My mother died long before I was born. My father has left for the last time, giving me some daisies and an orchid tied up with grass. I have no child. Your work keeps you in England, and as you say, the Riviera is by far the best tonic for me, cheaper than a sanatorium. I may even improve for a while. I may even be able to write again. Tomorrow will be better. If not tomorrow, then the day after. You'll see. I'll be through with this place long before it's through with me. One day I'll set off with my notebooks and my pens, my black cape prickling the grass. I shall vanish into a motor car piled with cushions high and rosy as the Alps. The driver will be a trusted friend. There won't be a single road down which we won't venture, a barn too rough for us to sleep, bodies tangled like the fringes of a shawl, and no one, not even you, my love, will be able to part us. No se puede vivir sin amar. No trees, woodcutters gone crazy or missing. If I were Red Riding Hood, would you unzip me with an axe? Vagaries, constancy, what's for dinner tonight? Love-making in autumn fields, portable jambalaya. While the dog sucks burrs out of his dinner jacket, I dream we're in bed together with a third party. He puts his hand on my breast, underdone egg yolks squealing all over the plate. What you dream, you never tell me. Censors in 10 sizes too big trench coats, axing live wood. Across the one-eyed night, a black wicker of branches. Your face, mine, strange as knuckles, kneecaps, everything unknown. Oranges for my mother. You were born with a craving for sugar, where kisses were rare as money. It was a hard country, not like this one. Hunger wasn't something out of the Brothers Grimm. Barely enough flour to make each day's black bread. Oranges something the priest alone enjoyed, like holiness. He'd carve the peel into a star, hang it with the icons on his wall. Longing to know the taste of oranges, you broke off a star point, pressed it to your tongue. Oranges, you learned, taste of dust. Once you stole into the larder, ate 5 packets of sugared baking powder so that your belly swelled like a pumpkin and your face turned a delicate, dead blue. Once you took a straw from the barn and sipped the cream saved for your saint's day. Each day a little more, until the bowl broke from its emptiness and your mother beat you. There were always beatings in that country. The sky must have been the color of bruises. It was necessary, you say. How else to learn that scythes sliced through the legs of children sleeping in harvest fields? That the river was no deep, cool hiding place, but a border where guards shot to kill. Those beatings I can understand, the back of love's hand. But that boy struck with a shovel till his spine cracked, and no matter how many herbs, how many healing baths he took, it hurt too much for him to ever stand up straight again. Once, coming home from school, you spoke kindly to him while the others jeered. And after, a whole winter of waiting, propped against his father's gate, just to watch you walking. The day you left for Canada, the whole village came to see you off. He stayed at the gate, hands jammed in pockets to keep from falling, eyes tugging your sleeve till you looked up. Did you know, then, that he was the one who'd love you best? Standing straight for you, offering his pain, an orange, blood-sweet, through slashed peel. Wind voller Weltraum. All night, storms without rain or snow, just wind whirling up and down tunnels, endlessly moaning. Corn husks blown as far as 7-story buildings, a whole skeleton, trunk and spiked hair in the tilled figure eights under the spruce. Rilke's wind full of infinite spaces, upending that table in the head so neatly set. This longing for sound, not shelter. All night, wind blowing down the dark, ghosts crying in voices insistent as oceans, unstoppable.